Hello there, everyone. Welcome back. Unbelievable. To some more Let's Play Underrail. I'm still coughing. That's what my unbelievable was for. Gonna be with me for months. That little tickle in the back of my throat. In the last episode, we explored the West Wing and completed the quests for preservation while we were over there, finding and eliminating Efriator Mateo. We've also completed another quest for the principal investigator of the chemistry department, testing all of the various alcohol with him. I forgot this was a quest they added. I think as I was playing Decker a few years ago, they had added this quest in. That was fun. We woke up in this room for some reason with no recollection of how we got here. Off screen, I had done some inventory management. However, there were two things that occurred that I felt we should see. And so we're going to do the inventory management on screen. It won't take very long. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? And I suppose, since now I'm not going to be rushing to do inventory management stuff, we can talk with the principal investigator about what happened. Aiden is here. Aiden is the obvious, or maybe not so obvious to you guys, leader of the Institute, I believe. It sounds like there's a different leader of the Institute, and Aiden is just second in command. But I forget, Harvos, right? Harvos something is the name I keep seeing mentioned. I don't recall ever seeing that gentleman. Maybe he's down in the deep caverns. Aiden's the leader, and Harvos Starfos, or whatever his name is second in command. In any case, we haven't seen Aiden before. Let's pick his pocket before we talk with him. Now, we're going to talk about this key card for a little bit. The key card will allow me to get down to the deep caverns without performing any other tasks for the Institute. Aiden visits some of the locations, as you can see here. He's in the chemistry lab. I have seen him over in the physics lab before as well. And if you can get the key card with pickpocket, you can actually take an elevator down to deep caverns. It's in an area that's blocked off from you, though, normally, which means you're going to anger the entire Institute should you desire to get down there. An issue I have with the key card, however, and why we're not going to take it, I think, is because it not only sets all the Institute against you, but the moment you walk into that room, if I recall correctly, to call the elevator, the Faceless will attack. And then not only do you have to deal with all the Institute, which is trying to kill you, but the Faceless, who don't care about anyone and are killing everyone in the Institute. And it is extremely difficult to ride that elevator down if you've taken this keycard with pickpocket and don't have stealth to hide yourself from everyone who's trying to kill everyone else in the Institute. It's one of those instances where, as we talked about briefly in one of the previous episodes, there's, in my opinion, a clearly better choice to be made. Taking the key card and getting down the elevator without stealth is a nightmarish thing to try. So he can keep his key card on him, but we'll take these 300 Stygian coins instead. Oh, speaking of nightmarish, a nightmarish visage stares at you with its barren eyes. Tentacle-like extensions hanging from the lower part of the mask only add to the already intimidating sight. While it is only that, a mask, it seems natural to wonder if what is beneath it could be even more frightening. This tall, imposing figure is Aiden, founder of the Institute of Chort. There is no doubt about it. He wears a long, decorated robe that exhibits a ghastly flow with every move he makes. all of which are controlled and deliberate. Also, a symbol of an eye with 5 tentacles growing out of it stamps the robe with the highest rank you've seen any of the Chortists have. He lowers his head to look at you, and delivers his words in a profoundly deep voice, only slightly impeded by his terrifying mask. Chort is evolution, Tim. Finally, we meet. I would like to officially introduce myself. I am Aiden. I never had the opportunity to thank you for returning the set piece to the Institute of Chort. If it had stayed in the hands of the Devolved, I would have been greatly disappointed. Well done. Evolution is Chort. I have retrieved the figurine in your name, illustrious Aiden. In that I have no doubt, Tim. We rarely get to witness such valiant effort from those who have yet to become part of our institution. I apologize, but I cannot speak to you at this time. I have come here to oversee the department and discuss certain matters with some of the investigators. Still, I am sure we will converse again when the time allows. I will not disturb you. So long. Chort guides you, Tim. Guess he's here for his own round of drinks with Georges. George's evolution, Tim. You yawn in unison with Georges. How are you feeling? I think I'm okay. I'll survive. Apex, you will survive, don't hurry. Unfortunately, or fortunately, no one in the department or otherwise was there to see how dedicated we were to science. I think that is... I got some good results which I will analyze... them later, once my head is well again. As for you, Tim, your input was incredibly valuable, and therefore I give you this. He hands you 300 Stygian coins. Thank you for your time and dedication. It is appreciated. Do you need anything else? No, I have to go now. Chort guide you, Georges. Chort guide you too, Tim. 6,000 experience points. We gained half a level again. My goodness. Alright, so our next stop... Actually, okay, right, we're way down by all this stuff. Let's go back to our home. Ah, this is the first thing I wanted to show you guys. I did not even realize Aiden was over in the chemistry lab. That was not something I meant... That was not one of the two things that which occurred which I wanted to show you guys. A young woman approaches you, fully wrapped in the Chortist robe. Even her hands. Only her pale face remains revealed. She looks at you and smiles shyly before speaking with a soft and fragile-sounding voice. Tim, I'm glad I found you. Chortist evolution. Why doesn't anyone come up and say, Invictus, your destructiveness? Finally, I found you. I'll have a simple messenger to kneel before your might. You get the idea. She seems almost startled by your response. Her Eminence, Epsilopos Lydia, she wishes to see you. I was, instructed to tell you to report to her office as soon as you have the time. Sorry if I startled you, sister. I'll go see her Eminence at once. She nods. Chort guide you, brother. Oh, you're probably a one-time only person. That didn't make no sense to say. We'll probably never ever see her again ever. So let's pick her pocket before we leave. Now, by at once, I certainly hope they mean soon, because we are going to leave the Institute briefly. This was the second thing I wanted to show you. There's Detrius. You see Detrius long before he sees you. His eyes are busy dancing all over the main hall, absorbing everything they see and transforming his face into one large smile, which seems like it won't fade anytime soon. Hey, Detrius, how's it going? He lowers his eyes to meet yours. This place dominates. I'm speechless. Definitely beats Drop Zone, doesn't it? He laughs. It sure does. Hey, I don't know if you've been told, but they're going to take me to Chort. Why? I wasn't told anything about you being taken to Chort. It's, how do they call it? Nucleus. Yeah, something hardcore like that. They took my blood and did some tests, just like you told me they would. It turns out there was something special about me. I don't understand all the details, but the important thing is that they promised to allow me to stay in the Institute for good. Dominating. Then they told me they need me checked out by some investigators? Is that what they call them? Anyway, these expert investigators are working in a nucleus, so they gotta take me down there. Cause, well, from how I understand, that's where they also have some of the equipment necessary for further testing. I don't know. This is all new to me and all, but I'm sure everything's gonna be alright. I'm going to be learning about Chortism once I'm back from Nucleus, right. It's going to be hardcore. Everything this building is hardcore. Luck sure took its time to say hi again, he laughs. How are they going to get you to Deep Caverns? I don't really know much, but I heard someone mention Ida in an elevator and... Wait, why are you asking me this? Aren't you supposed to know that? I'm relatively new here, so I don't know a lot of stuff yet. Oh, never mind then. I only have one more thing to say to you, friend. Thank you. I will never forget this. I have to go now. I should be off soon. Tim, see you around. Goodbye, Detrius. Take care. Aw. I'm glad everything worked out for him in the end. Yes, I know, viewer. Hey, open the gate. Alright, back home, where we'll place all these crawler tails. Actually, we should probably make some poisons and bring them down with me to Deep Caverns. We should also pick up more juice. Let's do the juice first. Hey, dude. Give me some juice. Oops, I want all of it. Thank you, sir. Okay. We'll quickly break down this stuff. Burr poison, insectoid salivum. Good. And then we'll bring some poisons with us, but the rest of this will stay here. Oh, I have a bunch of miscellaneous stuff too, I see. Alright, so you go there. Shotgun. Oh, sorry, shotgun. Crossbow bit. This is a weapon part. Oh, so I was trying to rush to save myself a juice, but I can see we've only got 30 seconds left. So we'll just, we'll hit sort. We'll drink another juice to get back to University Station. Right, we got some more bits. Let's put them here. Okay. I think we're carrying around a suit of armor. We are. I've thought about using the electric lantern, bring it with us, but honestly, we're probably not going to need it. So we'll leave it up here instead. Oh, the T emitter weighs 10 pounds also. Okay. Alright, is there anything else we need to do while I'm here? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and head to the Merchant District first. Go ahead and just sell this assault rifle really fast. Hey, Oscar. Oh! We will also do something a bit fun. We picked up, I believe in the last episode, some super steel plans, refining data, a fourth one of it. I had thought originally there was only 3, so this will almost guarantee, I think, a quality of 150 or better super steel. So let's turn this into Bernard, and then we'll actually have him get us some super steel. And I will not reload the game if we get some crap quality steel. We'll come back to see what he was able to give us after we're done with the deep caverns. Alright, so since we're doing a bit of walking, we can talk a little bit more about what other games I've been playing, because I think I remember talking about that in the last episode. It's been, by the way, a day or two. Today is March 30th, 2024. I think I recorded the last game at the 28th. I think I might have said the 29th when I was recording it, but it was actually the 28th or so. I had some other bleeding issues, and I was not forced, but I felt as if I needed to go to the emergency room, so I spent some time there yesterday, viewer. So that's my way of saying I apologize for the delay between uploads, because there's been quite a bit of health issues I've been having recently, which is delaying me from recording in here at my house. Hey, Bernard, about Super Steel, I found some Super Steel refining data. Alright, let's make some Super Steel. I'll take 1 set of super steel plates. And we'll come back to him after a few days down in the deep caverns. Oh, you get 50 experience points for turning that in. Interesting. Alright, so I think I had mentioned I was playing Project Diablo 2 last time and talked very briefly about it. I am also playing, well, there's several other games too. Hammerwatch 2. I had been a fan of the first Hammerwatch. It reminded me of Gauntlet a little bit. It's a action RPG, if I can call it that, where you pick a character class, you go into a dungeon, you have to buy extra lives, you fight bosses, you get loot, you purchase other skills for your character, and level them up. It was grand. Very fast-paced, like the music, like the combat. Hammerwatch 2 is quite different. It's an action RPG in the same vein as Diablo 2. You have equipment now, and skills you get as you level up, which are dependent upon your level. It's an open world there's crafting, there's different dungeons, there's secrets to find, there's quests to turn in, some which are repeatable. I am surprised how much I like it. It's a very simple game graphically. It's prettier than Hammerwatch, the original Hammerwatch, or Heroes of Hammerwatch, but it's good. I just got the hook shot in that game, so if you've played it, that might hint a little. Oh, 1 second. Okay, we gotta go back to Merchant District. If you play it, that might hint as to how far I am along in the main game's quest. I think I think I'm maybe 1/3 or 1/2 done, maybe, with the game. I like the setting, I like the writing in the game world as well, and combat feels fun. I like all the crafting in the game. I tend not to do open world games very often, so it's fun for me to make like meals and what have you in the game. Oh, only 40 bucks for all that? Okay. Are we done? Yes, we are. Alright, let's double back to the university. Let's see, we'll have sandwich though. Actually, I forgot to do something with our house. Let's go back to our house. I had that gold chain. So I want to put this with my other expensive items, which I think I put here. I am playing Hedon Bloodlines. I mentioned this in the past as well, I think. Several, maybe a few months ago, actually. Like 30 videos ago or so. Because I've been playing it back in January or February. I had wanted to record the actual Bloodright half of the game. 10 more levels. I had only recorded Crystal Heart. So I'm trying to get used to the gameplay there, which it's an FPS, you know, so they kind of play the same, but I want to get used to the hotkeys and utilizing items that I was given. So it's fun. I very much do enjoy Hedon. Very fast-paced, like how many enemies the game throws at you, the ambushes and everything in it too. Feels really good. Feels really good. I do love the arena battles in Hedon. We need to talk with Lydia. She's going to be up here. My only complaint about a game like it are that there's way more items than there are hotkeys I can put for them. And you do not want to be scrolling through your inventory when combat is hot and heavy and you're desperately looking for a particular item. You want to hit the hotkey for it. And since you don't get the items all that often, you might not remember what the hotkeys are. I know I don't. So it's taking a bit of time for me to get used to the hotkeys, but I should be ready by the time I am set to record Crystal Heart. And there is Lydia. Our first time seeing her, or probably only time seeing her, and we're in her office, so we're going to go ahead and pick her pockets for 34 bucks. She has a unique image here. A white robe. And here, too. You come up to a slim middle-aged woman who welcomes you into her office with an indistinct gaze. While her attractive face, marked by prominent green eyes, has an even, almost wrinkle-free appearance, her loose, deeply lined neck is an honest indicator of her true age. Her voice is calm and collected, and only slightly rough on the edges. Additionally, more than one thing about her appearance and behavior seem familiar to you, but you cannot immediately figure out why. Chort is evolution. May I help you? Evolution is Chort. I'm Tim, and I was informed you wanted to see me. Yes, Tim, I do. But allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Epikopos Lydia. Welcome to my office. Why did you want to see me, Epikopos Lydia? Because I was told good things about you from our principal investigators, Tim. Because I was told you took part in and greatly contributed to important projects. And because it is obvious you are drawn towards investigation. I've checked your record, Tim, and it is very satisfying. Before you, only Monsignor Lenora, a neonite like yourself back then, ever showed such remarkable results in such a short period of time since joining the Institute of Chort. Consider yourself compared to one of the most prolific investigators in our history. But I digress. Aiden, pardon me. Now, the time has come for you. I am offering you a position of an assistant investigator in the department of your choosing. You'll be able to select your own projects, which you will be working on with full investigators. Interested, Tim? Everyone uses our capabilities as a fighter, a combatant, fire starter, more than our ability to create projects and see them through for like physics or chemistry. I'm not sure yet. Maybe there's something else Institute of Chort can offer me. She nods. That is understandable, Tim. Think it through. Should you change your mind and decide that you wish to become an assistant investigator, speak to his illustriousness, Aiden. After that, it's only a matter of paperwork. I will inform the protonotary to allow you entry into Aiden's office. His office is just across from mine. Do not keep him waiting, Tim. All right, thank you very much for your time, Your Eminence. Are there any further questions you have for me? What do you do here? You mean in a sense, what job does it Episcopos perform? If so, then the answer is simple. An Episcopos oversees and manages all 3 departments within investigation. I have been in this position for, I'd say, almost 10 years, and during that time, we have had numerous achievements. Does that answer your question, Tim? Yes, it does. Good. I will leave you now, Your Eminence. Chort guide you. Chort guide you, brother. We are not yet ready to turn this in. Or see Aiden, because we want to turn in other things first. And I would like to complete the quests for physics. So, hold on. We need to go back to where the mutants were. Oh, while I was out, I should have purchased a few more inhalants. Because we're going to be needing our gas mask again when we go down there. Yeah, we need it. There's no way we can walk through that much gas and survive. I think the mutants may respawn down in this area. But I don't think we took that long between recording sessions, viewer, believe it or not. So I don't think they likely respawned. We'll find out right now. No, everything's still dead. I'm not allowed over here. Darn it! So then we have to walk through all the gas. All right. So let's put this on. Okay. This looks like a solid place to deploy the T-ray emitter, since it's one of the rare spots in the room not covered with sludge. Deploy it. You carefully deploy the device on the table, making sure that it is stable enough. Upon activating the device, it starts to produce a faint hum, only audible if you are standing right next to it. I've got a good reading, brother. Return to the Institute. Out. Okay, so this should work. I wonder... Normally, I thought there was more to it than that. So I am guessing... Let's see... 1 second, viewer. I am guessing... Oh, I'm also guessing we don't need to take the emitter with us. I hope not. I am guessing that maybe the dialogue there changed a bit. I thought there was more to it than that. It might be because we've eliminated all the mutants that were down there, that we have less dialogue to talk with them, with Sheft. So I think what we're going to do, viewer, is we're going to turn this quest into Sheft. But after we talk to the Mediant and turn the quest in with Airfleet that we completed for them. And we will not do any other quests for the Institute. Aiden wishes to see us. We shouldn't keep him waiting. So we will wrap things up in the Institute this video. And potentially get down to the deep caverns as well. So first, let's talk with Preservation. By the way, I have on my non-Eju weapon. Let's change to our spear. Our last time talking with Hana. Let's see if she's selling anything better. Probably not, is my guess. By better, I mean, in particular, an electrical discharger, and no. I do not see anything there I'm interested in. Chorch's evolution, brother. Speak. I found Effiator Matteo in the West Wing. You have? That is amazing. Tell me of your findings. I found him alone, standing next to a huge crystal object, looking at it in a near catatonic state. He seems to be obsessed with it, and had his unit, who wanted to bring him back, devoured by his minions. Shadow crawlers. He appears to have near absolute control over. Magnificent Chort! He became completely feral, derailed. I presume it is due to the effects of that crystal object you mentioned, no? I never suspected I would have to say this, but I don't think there is an alternative. I want you to call Effiator Matteo, relieve him of his misery, and make sure he is no longer a threat to us, brother. He's already dead. He turned violent during a conversation, and I had to kill him. And it is done. Excellent work, Tim. Now, regarding that strange object, it seems to be a dangerous thing, no? You have seen it. What do you think? I really don't know what to say. Well, it has no direct effects on us here, fortunately. It is my theory that the electromagnetic waves, as P.I. Sheft mentioned, are being radiated from that very object, and has had a negative effect on Effiator Matteo. I will discuss this matter with His Excellency once he's back from Cytosine Outpost. Here you go. He hands you 700 Stygian coins. You get 150 extra for calling the Effiator. You're done with that for now, brother. Once I've spoken with Harmos about this, I'll know more about our next course of action. Perform the Chorch's salute. Chort guide you, Mediant. Chort guide you too, Tim. Okay. Go back to Sheft. Tell him what we did. I don't think he's going to require us to do another task. I actually have never tried to do a quest. Oops, this is the wrong way. I've never tried to do one of these, like, Sheft's quest in particular. I don't recall ever trying to finish it halfway, like saying, we're done at this point. I mean, you can do it with any quest, but what I'm trying to get at here is I think we get rewarded for what the task we just did. And then I don't think we have to do the next one. I guess we never have to do the next one. Hey, Chef. Need something, brother? T-rated emitter has been deployed. Yes, I'm getting some good readings right now. The emitter runs without a hitch, he smiles. It's still detecting quite a substantial number of living entities in the surrounding area, and they seem quite large in size if the readings are right. Where'd you end up deploying it? It looked like a toxic disposal plant. While it was full of mutants, it was nothing I couldn't handle. Toxic disposal... Magnificent Chort! It's like this research is cursed somehow. I am truly sorry. I wish to avoid situations like this, and while I didn't completely rule out the possibility of something getting in your way, I certainly didn't expect mutants by the Chort. Don't worry, Chef. There was nothing I couldn't handle. I already told you that. Besides, there was only a few of them in my way. If you say so, brother. In that case, the experiment was a complete and utter success. We are getting some truly excellent data here, and everything works exactly as it should. I'm so going to brag about this at the next symposium. Joking aside, now it's time to honor my part of the deal. Well done, Tim. You know, I was thinking of doing another test. He hands us 450 Stygian coins. Short guide you, brother. Short guide you too, brother. We are done doing quests for these people, even though we might get even more experience points. Let's talk with Aiden. Again. My goodness, look, yeah, we gained almost an entire level. Is that right? We 3/4? We're 3/4 of the way to just under the next level. I can't imagine passing. Well, I can, because I've done it before with Gabriel and with another character who stealthed through this area. But it's difficult to pass on all this experience. Thankfully, we are playing on Classic, which makes it a bit easier for us to pass on this than it would on Oddity mode. Aiden is waiting for you in his office, Tim. Don't mind me, I'm just going to pick your pockets. 33 bucks. Ooh. 92 metathermic modulator. Morphine. And a lake poppy. I'll definitely take those. And here is Aiden again. Oh, we should pick the pockets of his friends. I have no intention of fighting Aiden here. We could probably, if I had contraction, temporal contraction equipped, we could probably slaughter him. But we're not here to kill him. We're here to see what he wants. Chort's evolution. Welcome to my office. What do you seek, Tim? Aiden, I was sent here by Episcopos Lydia to talk to you about becoming an assistant investigator. Yes, Tim. Episcopos Lydia informed me in advance of your arrival. She told me the principal investigators found you a very useful and dedicated assistant. She even mentioned Monsignor Lenora in a direct comparison with you. If becoming assistant investigator is your wish, you need not wait for long, Tim. It is a matter of several days before you will find yourself working on your first project, solving your first problems as an investigator. Institute of Chort always needs dedicated men like you, and I am satisfied to know we have them. If that is what you seek. Are you sure this is the path you're willing to take? Or perhaps your heart guides you elsewhere? It is not too late to reconsider. There are more ways to reach one's destination. Maybe I should still think about it. That is not a problem. There are other ways one can serve this institution. If you need time, time you will have. Rest, consider, decide. Then see me once you are certain. Would that be all, Tim? I noticed everyone calls you just Aiden, without ever mentioning any title like with everyone else. Why is that? A most excellent question, Tim. But there is one fine detail you have missed. For Aiden doubles as my title, as well as my name. The word Aiden means intellectual knowledge, and I was first given that name by the earliest members of the Institute. The reason is simple. My tortoise brothers and sisters felt and still feel, I cannot deny it, that I am the one who relays knowledge to them, largely that surrounding Chort, but from other scientific fields as well. I have proudly accepted this name, and substituted it for my former one. We know what his real name was from the first encounter we read in the library. Though I don't remember off the top of my head, but we do know it. I understand, so I'm not going to ask what his real name is. I understand. Allow me to ask you something else. I will answer your questions, but remember that I am a busy man. How do you feel about the Protectorate presence in Upper Underrail? Underrail Protectorate are no threat to us, for we occupy completely opposite parts of Upper Underrail, and have a little to no interaction. At least, that is the current state of affairs. Their obvious expansionist agenda cannot be ignored, and after observing it in action since their arrival, we have prepared ourselves to effectively counter any unwanted advances. The free drones are a painful thorn in their side, mostly in the north, dare they admit it or not, so we, Harmos Starvos and I, believe they will focus most of their efforts on securing the southern part of Lower Underrail, Junkyard and Rail Crossing, which teem with free drone activity. In addition, the inefficiency of transporting troops and personnel through the core city, is one other major obstacle they must overcome. It will take at least a few more years, according to our estimates, before we would need to view them as an actual threat. We will always be one step ahead of them. What's your opinion of the free drones? They are the antithesis to the Protectorate, a force acting in the opposite direction. It is the nature of politics, an eternal war conflicting ideologies, waged to entities that embody them. Even if the free drones lose the war, the ideology will not disappear, for its most basic building element, the negation of control and oppression, will instead act as a seed for another group, another organization, another entity. Destroying such a basic urge can only be achieved through the destruction of humankind. But enough of politics. It is a time-consuming subject, and time I haven't. Was there anything else? Are you the only one that can communicate to Chort? Yes. I am the only one that can enter its chamber and nucleus without greatly disturbing it. Despite being unable to speak to me in any conventional way, we are able to communicate on a very basic level through a... let's call it a telepathic link. But it is far from such. It is difficult to describe it to someone who has never experienced it. While there is a large number of both investigation and preservation personnel present on Nucleus, no one but me is allowed to directly approach Chort or even enter its chamber. And so far, no one even tried. Which is most excellent. Why can't you move Chort here, closer to you? Wouldn't it be safer here? It would be simpler to defend, true, but trying to move it in its current state, however, would be stressful and could potentially be damaging to Chort. Besides, due to its size, our current means of transportation to deep caverns would prove inadequate. How do you go to deep caverns? We have a way. I understand. You mentioned that figurine was a part of some set. Can you tell me more about that? I can tell you little, for it is due to be unveiled at the 100th anniversary of the Institute of Chort's existence. The set is called Conquering the Surface, and it consists of pieces crafted entirely out of the finest materials. The last piece that was due to arrive, the one you retrieved, is called Reaching Man. For the rest, you will have to be patient just a while longer, Tim. One more question for you, Your Eminence. Can you tell me more about the surface? Have you seen it? What is it like there? I have not seen it, but it exists. Evidence from the old world only provides mere hints regarding its appearance. However, the only certainty is that it is currently uninhabitable. We desire to repopulate it, and for that to succeed, we require change within us. We need to advance ourselves, evolve, in order to withstand its living conditions. Chort possesses that ability, for it has done just that for millennia, purposefully adapting whenever necessary in order to perpetuate its existence. In nature, it is accomplished through numerous generations and random chance, but Chort is different, however. It is a highly desirable trait that we can and must apply if we are ever able to succeed at conquering the surface. So, I wouldn't mind being a member of Preservation instead of an investigator, but to be honest, also, with you guys, we don't care about either of these things. We're here for that freaking faceless artifact, not to work with the Chortists forever. So, we'll become Assistant Investigator, which will, I think, begin the series of steps necessary to get down to the deep caverns. I've decided, you know what, Aiden, I apologize. I do want to become an investigator. Most excellent, Tim. I have no doubt you will perform your duty with great zeal, for your actions already speak of your exceptional dedication. Before we end the conversation, do tell me which department you are most interested in working for. Physics. I will remember what you said, Tim. It will be taken care of. You are free to go now. I will discuss this matter with Epicopos Lydia, and you will be notified what... I'd abruptly stop stalking. You're unsure why at first, but then you start getting this feeling that your guts are vibrating. It is so subtle that you are unsure whether you are imagining it or not. Aiden's reaction suggests the latter to be true, though. He tilts his head up, keeping perfectly still and calm otherwise, while maintaining silence. Soon, the vibrations grow in intensity. Do you feel that? Once the tremors die down, Aiden drops his gaze back to you. That was surprising. I received no warning from investigation regarding potential seismic activity. Back on the subject. You will be notified when the time comes. Are there any further questions you had for me? No. Chort guide you, Aiden. Chort guide us all, Tim. Strange tremors have begun shaking the Institute of Chort. Maybe you should investigate the cause. Once the tremors begin, I think you're able to... I don't think we can leave the Institute again. Once these start. I might be wrong about that. But more importantly, the Faceless are here. Let's go down to physics and see if they have any information about what's currently happening, or a hint as to where the tremors might be emanating from. Are you here to ask about the tremors? Because everyone swarmed here after the ground started shaking. Like it was something we are causing. Reminds me of the particle accelerator black hole panic from a few years ago. Magnificent short. Well, what can you tell me about the tremors? We have a seismograph set up here in the lab, and we monitor it very carefully. First of all, these tremors came out of nowhere. There was no previous indication that an earthquake was about to happen. And second, we still do not know why it is happening. Do you know the direction they are coming from? Well, now, the readings, if they are correct, and they should be, imply that it's coming from the west. I obviously can't pinpoint it specifically, brother. Why do you ask? Interesting. I'll be right back. Short guide you. Short guide you too, brother. Back to the West Wing with us. But first, let's do one last purchase from Kiro. Nope. Quality 92 electroshock generator. Not interested. No. All doors must be shut. Oh, Usha's still here. I did not realize she would be there. How about that? Alright, so we want to go this way. What else are you playing, Tim? Because you're playing a bunch of stuff in your free time that you're not recording. I am playing through the Void again. I have reinstalled it, installed the medium difficulty patch or mod as well, which reduces the base game's difficulty, and I'm having a blast playing through it again. I've forgotten everything that the sisters say since I had last played through the game, and I just made it to day 5, or 6, sorry, cycle 6, which is when things start happening and the brothers return from out of the void. So it's going to be interesting. As with my original playthrough, I am not reloading the game, so managing all my colors is very tricky at the moment. Game was very kind though, and gave me a ton of amber to start. Enough where I've already been working on, what's her name now? Ava's first heart already, before the brothers even showed up. Alright, hold on. I think we're about to see the Faceless here. No. I am also playing through a game called Earth's Shadow. It's a behind-your-back shooter with different gameplay modes that are available to you. I am playing on story mode. It's a game I recorded, I think, about 10 episodes of about 2 years ago, but I wasn't happy with how they came out. It's made by one person. It's got some jank to it. The bosses feel like they could probably lose easily about half their hit points and still be somewhat fun to fight, or tricky to fight. It's a bit random, but I like the atmosphere in the game very much. And the combat, dare I say it, is also fun. Although it definitely would not be for everyone. I don't know if I could recommend Earth's Shadow to anyone listening, but I like it, and it's tricky, and I'm having a blast playing through it. Once again, I like the atmosphere in particular that the creator did. Whoa, Faceless! We've had interactions with them before, and it's gone well. So let's talk with them if they're willing to talk with us. As soon as your presence becomes known to the two Faceless guards, they raise their weapons in unison, ready to use them. But suddenly they freeze. The hallway becomes noiseless. Even when the two guards lower their weapons, you hear no talking nor notice any visible signals between them. Several seconds pass before one of them turns around. Wait and see what happens. The nearing of yet another armed faceless evokes a strange feeling of familiarity, and only when he finally stops right in front of you do you remember. He is the injured faceless you rescued back in Core City. Indeed, you recognize his damaged mask. With each passing second, you seem to recall every little dent and scratch on it. As the puzzle solves itself in your head and completes that very image, you notice how every red wound has now been replaced with a pale scar, and how that bleeding cylinder on his arm has now been straightened out and is now in line with the other two. Other than the fact that he is in a much better healthier condition than he used to be back then, there is yet another major difference between this encounter and the one from Core City. One you notice as soon as he reaches underneath his mask, makes a subtle twisting motion, and begins talking to you with a synthesized voice. Greetings. If you value your life, you will leave the Institute of Chort at once, while there is still time. Explain yourself. There is a brief pause as the three faceless stand in silence, motionless, staring at you. The pause feels longer than it actually is, but ends once you are spoken to again. The invasion is imminent. The Institute of Chort will soon be overrun, and everyone inside eliminated. You helped me in Core City. I still live because of you, and for this sole reason, you will receive this warning. Now leave. Should you linger on when the invasion begins, you will be treated no differently than the Chortists. That is my message. I'm glad you survived. Thanks for the warning, and farewell. He nods, then reaches underneath his mask to end the conversation. Afterward, he finally walks away. Alright, let's go! Time for us, viewer, to pack our things, our bug-out bag effectively, and get going. And by get going, I mean get down to deep caverns. So, stuff first. God, I hope I brought everything I needed. It doesn't matter, I suppose, in the end. Everything I've got on me should be adequate to get us through the deep caverns, though I certainly wouldn't mind having a few more supplies. We also left a bunch of stuff here, and I don't want it being removed, as it were, when the invasion occurs. Once, to my knowledge, once the invasion... Once you're down in deep caverns, once you're done with deep caverns, which you can't leave from, by the way, once you're down there, you cannot get back into the Institute of Chort. There is no way to re-access it. Maybe that's changed now with the Stairmaker, but I don't think it has. In which case, you can't get anything you've left here or forgotten to acquire. Means all this stuff would just be left in our footlocker. So, if I hit A, good. We're not overburdened. We're bringing... Alright, hold on. I don't need this with me. Everything else I want. Oh, we don't need normal EMP grenades. We have our MK3s. We'll bring those with us. When will these annoying tremors stop? Alright, see you around, Lazy Lau. Oh, poor Lazy Lau. Everyone here is going to be eventually eliminated by the Faceless. Alright, viewer. It is time. The only thing I did not bring with me that I might have wanted was some super steel plates in order to craft a better spear while we were down there in deep caverns if we found a good electroshock generator. Alas for us, though, we did not find one for purchase up here, and I decided not to go and fetch any super steel plates, so we just had to deal without. This will be the weapon we defeat Chort with in the end, which is still an amazing weapon, truth be told, so... We'd probably pick up maybe like 8 more max damage, if that, 6 more max damage, maybe even less than that, and a few points of min, and that would be the only difference between the spear we're currently using. Plus maybe a little more electrical damage, so... Need to show off a perfect weapon, but we don't need perfect, I hope, to beat hard mode Chort. Can we, by the way, pick his pocket? We have enough to take the elevator keycard off of him, but he should use that himself for us. Chort's evolution. Welcome back to my office, Tim. What do you seek? Aiden, I have important news. I have been to the West Wing and found a faceless tunneler carrying fully armed troops. That is the cause of these tremors. Faceless. Speak quickly, Tim. What other information do you have for me? I spied on them before leaving. I don't think they saw me. If they did, you and I would not be leading this conversation. The Faceless have no mercy, no emotion, not unlike machines. Never forget that. However, were you able to see or hear anything regarding their motives behind their arrival? Oh man, not really. I need you to return there and try learning their purpose, and if more will be coming, also be discreet. Panic is the last thing we need. I will not fail you, Lester Aiden. Chort guides you. I have no doubt you will accomplish your task. Chort guides you, Tim. Well, we earned 3,000 experience points for that, but now we have to bluff our way through this. The Faceless. Did you learn anything new? I actually managed to talk to the Faceless. I found out they're planning an invasion on the Institute of Chort soon. You were warned about the invasion. I find that highly implausible. Why would the Faceless willingly reveal their plans? Even conversing with someone not of their kin is difficult to comprehend, as proven by their corrupted nature. However, I have no reason to doubt you, however strange the situation might seem. Was there anything else? That is all I know. What happens now? Now we must take an appropriate counteraction. Chort needs to be preserved at all costs. First, we must mobilize all preservation forces we have available. Then, we must alert Harmos Starvos and his Rassiphors in deep caverns. Okay. For some reason, I'm interrupting here. I thought that Harmos Starvos was, for some reason, the actual leader for a little bit of this, having seen his name mentioned, and then referring to him as, like, his eminence or something of the sort. But that's not the case. He must be second in command only to Aiden. And he is down in deep caverns. Okay, gotcha. Since communication with both Cytosine outposts as well as the nucleus has been made difficult after the earthquake, someone will have to make a descent. It would be wisest if I was the one to make the descent to deep caverns and personally make sure that Chort remains safe. Immediate Samuel will be left in charge of the Institute's defenses. How will you go there? This building possesses an elevator beneath this office. It is the only access point to deep caverns available. The elevator at the back of my office will take us to the chamber below. The elevator to deep caverns lies there. Few are allowed access to it, yet due to the situation you found yourself in, you will be among those selected few. Follow me, Tim, for there are a few more words I must exchange with you before I leave. I'm ready to go. Most excellent. I will meet you in the chamber below. Do not take long. would have followed him immediately. He just left. Wow. He literally just immediately went down the elevator. I wanted to hear what words he had to say. Be combatant. It just occurs to me, I might not have brought enough food for our trip down Deep Cavern. Oh, never mind. I have enough. All right, viewer. It is time to do this. If for some reason we are unable to beat Chort, I at least want a backup save I can restore to replay several hours worth of work, but I don't think we'll run into too much trouble. Both Aiden and Mediant Samuel acknowledge your presence with a quick nod. Aiden turns to the Mediant once more. Those are my instructions. I have full confidence that you will perform your duty with utmost commitment. You've been selected as Mediant for a good reason, Samuel. You will not let Chort down. Of that I am certain. Mediant Samuel proudly places his hand on his chest, clenching it firmly. I wouldn't dream of disappointing you, or abandoning Chort. No Chortist would. You taught us to adapt and overcome. You taught us that Chort will guide us to a better future, no? This is survival of the fittest, and the inbred, devolved, dystrophic faceless aren't even worthy of licking the ground we tread on. Aiden puts his hands on Mediant's shoulders and nods. Most excellent, Mediant. Now the time has come for me to summon the elevator. Every passing second brings Chort closer to danger, and that is something we cannot risk. You know what to do. Chort guides you. Chort guides you too. I will not fail you, Aiden. Aiden turns his head towards you with a single elegant motion. He stares at you for an instant, not saying a word. You still have no idea what lies behind the sinister mask, and if he does descend into deep caverns, you may never be able to find out. You think to yourself, but once again, your thoughts are brought to a halt by his deep, muffled voice. You started your tortoise journey by challenging the devolved and successfully besting them. I only hope that your journey doesn't end with the devolved besting you. Soon they will arrive, hungry for tortoise flesh, thirsty for tortoise blood. Do not let them taste it. Do not let them taste it. I want to go to the deep caverns with you, Aiden. No, you must stay here. That is my will. It is non-negotiable. Viewer, I can't stress this enough. We do not want to fight the Chortists and the Faceless. We don't. We're going to be reloading the game endlessly if we do that. So, I will stay here then, Aiden. Chort guides you. But we'll actually be the ones to take the elevator if we can. Aiden nods slowly. Chort guides you, Tim. The Faceless! They're here! Alright, viewer. So we could not do anything and watch the tortoise fight the Faceless. I believe the Faceless will overwhelm the Chortists that are here, though, if we just do that. So, we will help the Chortists fight. Be a little careful. We do not want to hit any of the Chortists, because then, unfortunately, that will put all every single Chortist against us. That's interesting. You should have done that in opposite order. Oh my goodness, that centaur has a lot of life. Oh, there's something else we need to be careful of. Our electrical spear. If there's anyone who's close by, when we use that spear, the electricity will leap to them, which could put the Chortists against us. We got to be a little careful with how we do this. Oh wow! And based upon where they're standing, we have to run all the way around these people. Oh my goodness! To reach our enemies. Well, we can't throw a grenade, because if that goes awry, that's bad for us. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it. Do you see the light near the elevator here? We are waiting for that to fill up all the way. The elevator will then be here, and we can be the ones to take it down. I really hate where they've all moved to. Like, there's a single Chortis inside each group, which means we can't use any AoE abilities without angering all the Chortists. I'm not going to run up there and melee either, because our lightning will leap to the Chortists, and that will prevent us from doing anything as well. We could set fire to all of this area. Sure, let's do that. Very dangerous what I'm doing here, though. We'll use our cloaking field. Oh, we do have our dagger, so we could run up and just stab things for a while. Although, well, now we can't, because we've set ourselves on fire, which will anger the recombatant if we move up. I guess we're about to find out if the recombatant runs through our fire and angers all the Chortists. I'm gonna be upset. Doesn't look like that recombatant has much longer to live, though. Oh, well, we're about to find out, because for some reason his ground's now on fire. It shouldn't have been. I guess at this point it doesn't... No, okay! Alright, every single Tortoise is also now against us, so we're heading for the elevator. We'll kill a few Tortoise on our way, I suppose. That was aimed at me. Man, all because he took 1 point of damage from a fire that should not have even been... That should not have set that one spot of his on fire. It doesn't matter, though. Well, now we're not even going to bother trying to hide it. We are going to hit them. Oh. Let's use some adrenaline, some morphine, and an agility boost. Because we might have angered Aiden. And we do not want eating any mental breakdowns or the like from him. Thank goodness for that morphine. We took a big hit from that Sculptor. Didn't quite go where I wanted it to go. Can we... blast? Woo! Wow! We can blast them like that. Let's heal. Get back our psi. Our fire's about to expire. I kind of want them all still fighting each other, though. So I'd rather not kill the Pyrophore. We have like one more turn to wait. I think the Pyrophore is talking to me. Alright, we're running in. See you guys. Thanks for some of the elevator item. Good luck with all the faceless. Start recharging some of our stuff. Uh-oh. Well, there's ladders here. Let's just take the ladder. Luckily, the elevator got sabotaged while close to an auxiliary tunnel. There's no telling to what sort of danger it might lead you. You've been descending for quite a while now, and you're sure you're close to deep caverns. Crawl through to the other side. Well, we're not going to wait for this elevator to hit the ground, because it might hit the ground hard. We leveled? Viewer, we leveled. We should probably stop here as well. So, let's stop here. When we come back, I will go ahead and... have... Actually, we'll level on screen because it will let us do another summary for the next episode. So we'll do that then. Thank you all for watching, and we begin our Deep Caverns adventure in the next episode. So I will see you guys then. Thank you all for watching. Take care, everyone.